the Liverpool game against Brighton, it should be pretty straightforward. I mean, we still have some players out. Alisson, Trent, Jota, Jones are still not going to be starting. I mean, Trent and Jones have an outside chance of maybe making the bench. I know Darwin had a hamstring issue, which is why he didn't go with Uruguay for the internationals. So he's been recovering at the Access Centre. So hopefully he's been okay. And if he's not going to play, at least he'll be on the bench. Everyone else seems to be okay. Salah's recovered from his injury, as we know. Still don't know why he took him off in the 70-something minute Klopp against Man United in the FA Cup. But anyways, that's come and gone now. Gravenberch, I think, is back as well. He was an unused sub. So nice to see some midfielders back again. Robertson is out. So again, another ankle issue. I mean, this season's not really been his season. And again, without our left and right backs, who are normally our starters. So you probably say Gomez going back in the left back position. Bradley scoring a goal for Ireland the other day. He'll be back in the right back position. Van Dijk, and you say Kanate having recovered from his injury as well. Fingers crossed everything should be okay, provided he's fit to play, of course. And the midfield probably speaks for itself. McAllister will be in there. Szoboszlai doing bits for Hungary. I mean, I just want to see that Szoboszlai for this Liverpool team. I know he plays a different role, but give me a 25, 30-yard banger or something, man. Do a madness. Give me an 8 out of 10 game. Do something, bro. Please. Do something. Endo will probably be back in the midfield as well. So I don't see any changes there. The left, centre and right position in the forward line though. Salah obviously will be on the right side. Down the middle is the question mark. Do you play one of the youngsters like Dan's, or do you go with a Gakpo in the middle playing a false 9, or do you go Gakpo on the left wing, which predominantly he has featured and played well for in that particular era. He playing on the right side and down the centre and things like that. Probably not his best thing, but giving him ball to feet, letting him turn and run. Hell, maybe Gravenberch might play in the midfield and you might see someone else play on another position. Elliott, of course, has been in it. I mean, whether he would play on the left wing or not, I'm not sure. Things for Klopp to consider. But it should be a fairly straightforward game. I don't know if it's going to be an easy game, but I expect us to win. It's Brighton at Anfield. Yeah, they've been a little bit plucky recently. Have been a bit of a bogey team, but we should have more than enough to beat De Zerbi. And we should be well on our way to 3 points and take top spot at least for a couple of hours until City and Arsenal play. And of course, I've got to mention Alisson is out for another week or so. I think Jota as well. Same sort of thing. Possibly back to feature before Man United, which, fuck, we're going to need these players back ASAP for the next 9 to 8 games, because it is crunch time. And as I said, speaking of the 8 to 9 games in crunch time, yes, City and Arsenal. Arsenal going to the Etihad. Haven't won there since 2015. It is the former apprentice against the current master, that being Arteta against Pep. Arteta has had a madness since he's come back with the squad from Dubai over the last, 3 months? Scoring, 30-something goals, conceding only 5. So he's done well. There's no denying it. The team's been fit. They've been firing. And even with was it Gabriel or was it Saliba who had the injury scare? I'm not sure, one or the other. I know Saliba got scolded by Deschamps for his plays. Not a fan of his play or something like that. But in any case, that's not the point. The point is that one of them was a little bit how's it going? So that is that game there. City, however, they do have some players out. I know Stones is going to be out. Walker, perhaps. Maybe Akanji as well, after picking up knocks in their respective internationals. Haaland, I think, stayed back. He didn't travel with Norway, so he'll be there. De Bruyne, his hammy's playing up again, but I think it should be okay. Everything should be straightforward. I guess everything should pretty much be as is. Doku had a good game against England, but again, internationals. Doku in the Premier League, bit of a different story. We shall see, right? But to take you to a bit of a clip here, and I like using these clips because it creates conversations. You see these sorts of things out there. You have something you want to say instead, and obviously I'm not on the panel, so I can't speak on the panels, but it's why we do the post commentary / It's not a reaction, probably more commentary, adding your own bits to it. From Hassam's This Is Football, he had on there, top left, you got Nobbins. Bottom left, you got LB, the Man City fans. Top right, you've got TJ Warren. And bottom right, you have Daoud, the Arsenal fans. Obviously, Hassam down the middle, the Liverpool fan, asking the questions of both sets of supporters. Who is going to win this game? Now, LB and Nobbins are a little bit worried. TJ is thinking that there could be a bit of a shaky moment here for Arsenal. Daoud reckons that Arsenal are going to go there and they're going to win. But LB has somewhat of a logical, rational thought process behind this. They're on these competitions. The Premier League is still up for grabs. The Champions League is still up for grabs. Obviously, they have to play Real Madrid away and then at home. So that's going to be interesting for them. Obviously, Arsenal have to play Bayern Munich, home and away. That's going to be interesting for them. Obviously, with the retribution they'll be after for the 10-2 thumpings over the last, what was the last time they were in there? 7-8 years ago, whatever it's been. So, interesting times ahead. But let's hear what the boys have to say, because I have some things to say myself.
Some shit in it. I think all City fans are shit in it. All Arsenal fans are shit in it. Because if you lose the game, we're out the title race, in my opinion.
I agree.
It can't be a draw. It can't be a draw.
I disagree. Why if you lose the game, you're out the title race?
How many points are you dropping, Kassam? How many points are Liverpool dropping?
Engineer, bro. You're so clever guy, yeah, and you can't work out that there's only 9 games left after this match, and we're effectively 5 points behind Arsenal. 5 points behind Arsenal and Liverpool.
9 games is a lot of games.
How many points are you dropping, Kassam, from now to the end of the season?
We play Villa next.
A lot of games.
Yeah.
How many points are you
at
dropping?
home? Games of the next 10 games is impossible. Arsenal going to win 18 games.
So, I don't know why I skipped along there. It does it sometimes every now and again. Winning games, dropping points, etc., etc. Liverpool dropping points. Look, the only 3 games I'm really looking at for Liverpool to maybe have banana skins in. One of them is obviously the Merseyside derby. I think that's late in the season, if not one of the last games or second last games or something in the season. I don't know why it is, but it is what it is. From what I've seen, might not be, so could get that wrong. But the game away at Old Trafford, definitely a bogey game, because doesn't matter if it's Manchester United who are in 8th, who are in 6th, does not matter. We could be first with 3 points gap going into that game. Anything can fucking happen. Anything happens against Manchester United, you just have no idea. You don't know. So that's a potential banana skin there. When we have to host Tottenham at home as well, that's going to be an interesting one as well. Because Spurs, being Spursy, is one way, but being Spursy on the other side is them coming to you and doing a madness. And of course, City still have to play Spurs as well. Arsenal have to play Spurs. Arsenal still have to play Chelsea. So not is all done and dusted. Arsenal have to go to United. I've spoken about this before as well. Teams still have to play each other. Someone is dropping points. Someone is losing. Someone is going to be gaining. You just don't know what's going to happen, so it's hard to say what happens if City lose this game. It's for LB, it's the end of the road. If City lose this game, then that's it. The title is going to go to Arsenal or Liverpool, probably more so Arsenal, because they'll be ahead with the goal difference, even if we win our game against Brighton. So that's why LB is a little bit, I wouldn't say worried, I'd probably say concerned, because there's still plenty of big games to play as well. Not everyone can win all their games. City, we've seen them in the past do it, but will they go 8 in a row? It's like, if Arsenal beat them, are City then going to go on a run and win all their games and win the league? They can. They've done it before. They've clicked around February, March and gone on stupid winning runs, right? Arsenal, on the other hand, are they going to be dropping points against some of the other clubs? If they lose to City, is it then curtains for Arsenal then? Because again, if City drop points to Spurs, for example, and Arsenal gain a couple of points here and there, it could be equal again. It's just one of those things in this title race that it just could go either way. And Liverpool still have the boginess as well when it comes to some other teams. They still got to go away to Villa. I think Villa's the last game of the season, actually. I think going away to Villa is going to be a tricky one. And if it comes to last game of the season and Villa are fighting for top 4, oh, that's going to be fireworks.
In a row. That's not going to happen. We're going to drop points.
Agreed.
We're going to drop quite a few points.
So are we.
So
I don't think
we're
going to
drop
quite
a few,
but
we
probably will.
Because if we get into the semi-final of the Champions League, that's gonna. If we play a Tuesday and a Saturday, That's gonna interfere. We've never, us as a team, we've never been in the semi-final of the Champions League and they've been in the title race for
out
a
of the
very,
quarterfinals.
very long time. I think I'd say 15 years.
He makes a good point there. Dawood may be a little bit deluded, some would say. I mean, I've even called him a little bit, how's it going? But he's got a point there. He's correct. When you're going for a Champions League and you're also going for a title as well, very difficult to do. Obviously, City have done it. They did it last year. They're in contention to go again with the three-peat because they're in the FA Cup semis, of course. They're also in second place by points in the Premier League, and they're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So they're still in the running for a treble and also a quad, in case you didn't know. They could be the only team is it just in the Premier League era, or is it also in the English football era to history, whatever it is, to win 4 leagues in a row, because no team's done that. So that would be a madness. Imagine they do a three-peat again, back-to-back, a treble, sorry, back-to-back, and then go for a quad as well. That would just close the league. Just close the league. Just end it right then and there. Forget it. Start afresh next season. Just change it all up. And people want to say Klopp needs to win in his final season to prove what? He's going against the best manager. He's going against the best squad. He's going against the best club. Logic would dictate that the best of the best would end up winning, that being Pep Guardiola. So is it a shock that Liverpool beat City once in the last 6 years to win a league? Or is the shock that Klopp didn't win more leagues than probably what was expected? But then we can't be saying Pep is the best manager then if Klopp is going to be equal fodder with him in terms of trophies, Premier Leagues at least. So I don't know. Anyways, let's continue.
That's how long it's been. So our players don't know what it takes to play a Champions League game one night and 3 days later play a Premier League game. Man City, you've been doing that for the past 6 years. So you've got that experience. So if you lose against us on Sunday, you're still going to be around Liverpool when it comes to time. It's not all over.
If we lose against you guys and we win the league, you got to look at yourselves and go, what the hell has happened there?
That's a very good point from LB. After last year's capitulation from Arsenal, and I'm pretty sure it's Dawood himself who says the team who spends the longest at the top of the table should win the league. I mean, that is just, from a footballing perspective, is dumb. But again, he says what he posts on TikTok is just jokes and memes, and his actual footballing takes are what he says on YouTube. But I've heard him say some mad shit on YouTube as well, so I'm going to go with what he says. That's a madness. But back to LB. If Arsenal don't win this league, I mean, and they beat City in this game, it's going to speak volumes on Arsenal and Arteta. But by the same token, it's going to speak a lot of volumes on Liverpool and Klopp. But again, Klopp was not expected to be there come the start of the season. He is now. So the pressure is on. There's always pressure when you're close to these areas. But I say it again, him not winning is not a make or break on his Premier League legacy for Liverpool, at least. In the Premier League era, specifically Premier League era from 1992 till current day, he has been our best manager because he has won us the league. He has won us the league. In terms of the last 30 odd years, you probably say he has been our best manager because he's won us the league, won us the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, Club World Cup, Super Cup, all that shit. Won us everything there is to win. But anyway, diverting too much away from the conversation. Yeah, if Arsenal beat City, but Arsenal do not go on to win this league, Arsenal fans are going to implode.
Dowds, do you think Liverpool will draw 3 games of their last 9?
No, I'm saying you're still going to win. I said you're still going to be in the title race. Not over. I don't think it's over for Man City. You're still going to be in the title race.
It's possible to drop points, but is it likely? Like, it's possible for me to go outside and trip on a rock, for example. But is it likely? That's the key difference. Is it likely that we drop points? Maybe in 1 or 2 games? I don't know.
Liverpool are, they're not the same Liverpool as what they were when they were getting 98 points, 97 points. This Liverpool are prone to dropping points. They've been kind of scraping wins.
Dropping points.
We're prone to dropping points. Bro, if anything, I mean, we've had, 7 draws in the Premier League this season. I know a lot of draws have been away from home. Some have been at home. Obviously, the 0-0 to United, away 1-1 to City, at home 1-1 to City. I mean, is that being prone to dropping points? It depends. Have we come back from being a goal down and equalised, or finished the game 2-2 or something like that, or whatever it is? Yeah, yes, we have. Is that being prone to dropping points, though? Scraping wins, 100%. I'll say scraping wins. That's one thing I've always had an issue with. Scraping wins has always pissed me off. Ever since the Crystal Palace game, why the hell did we need injury time to score a goal to beat Crystal Palace? I have no idea why. I don't know. It just annoys me. That shit is not sustainable. It doesn't happen on a continuous, regular basis. But as Nobbers is about to tell us on the top left, he says, you know what, they shouldn't be doing it, but they are. So maybe it is sustainable to be pulling out all these last-minute wins. And they say playing poorly, getting last-minute wins, whatever it is a sign of champions. Is it a sign of champions, or is it a sign of just a jammy football team that just never quits, never stops? That could be seen as a champion team, just keeps on going regardless of whatever the time is on the clock.
Away, they scraped a 1-0 win in the literally last second. Liverpool are not going to be able to.
Now, normally I'd agree with you, but and I've been saying that all season. It's unsustainable. But they keep proving me wrong. It is sustainable because they've been doing it since day one. This is,
I don't know, sustainable. I mean, they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. If you prepare yourself to be able to overcome a situation when the opportunity arises, they say that is luck. If we've prepared to go all the way to the end and scrape out a 1-0 win against a very stubborn defensive team, then call it lucky. But we've prepared for that. The opportunity came. We knew how to overcome it. We knew how to get through it, if you want to call that luck.
is the issue. If City lose, Liverpool would have to either draw and lose in their last name. They'd have to draw and lose, or draw 3 times.
Yeah,
and Liverpool
yeah,
can
and
draw
that's
and lose
possible.
again. 2 games.
Oh,
They
well,
can't possible, but is it likely?
And converse and simultaneously, City would have to win.
Yeah, and City have to win non-stop. And like TJ says, we've seen them do it before. It's almost like City fans are worried themselves. Like, it's almost like they're worried that they could potentially actually not win this league. Ergo, they're looking to... Now, I know Martin said it on Mo's stream. Martin, I think it's the Mancurian way. I know he said it on Mo's stream that it sounds like some City fans are gearing up with excuses or reasons as to why they haven't won the league come the end of this season. And this could potentially be it because, again, as I said earlier on, Pep, best manager, best squad, best this, best that. Okay, you should win the league then. Win the league. They say Klopp is Liverpool's best Premier League manager. Yeah, he's won the league once. In the Premier League, no other Liverpool manager has done that. So by default, he is our best Premier League manager. Whether he's won it once, twice, 6 times, still our best Premier League manager until another manager comes along. Hopefully not fucking 30 years from when we last won it in 2019, 2020. Yeah, hopefully not in fucking 2050. I think fucking scary thinking that far ahead. Then they may be the next most successful Premier League. Well, they would be the most successful Premier League manager for Liverpool if they've won 2. You know what I mean? So the next manager that wins 2 for Liverpool will be the most successful Premier League manager for Liverpool. In terms of overall aspects, Klopp has been the best manager, or the most successful, I should say, not best, most successful manager for Liverpool overall in the last 30 years. Before that would have been Benitez for the Champions League. After that, 100%, it's got to be Klopp. So, yes, City have done it. Pep knows how to get his team going, but is it something that they're going to be able to do? That's the question. Again, Liverpool have to drop points, Arsenal have to drop points, and City have to win 8 in a row. Again, they still have to play Tottenham. That's going to be tricky. It's going to be a tricky game. I think it's going to be a tricky game.
You're telling me Man City cannot win 9 games in a row?
It's not even the City factor. It's more. I don't see where Liverpool drop 5 to 6 points. That's the main issue for me. Like what games? Like,
I don't know why you guys act like that's impossible.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. But tell me the games.
Highly unlikely.
Tell me the
highly
games.
I have
City
never
literally have the
seen
easiest
Man City
tournament,
fan
man.
this
Being that
nervous,
serious.
this rattled.
Bro, it's
going
not
to one of
even,
their
bro, it's
biggest
not
games.
nervous. It's not rattled. You just don't understand what title races are like because you've hardly been in them ever. You know what I mean? Since 15,
No,
20 years
no.
ago.
What I understand is, yeah, the power shift is slowly drifting away from Man City. Man City for the past 6 years have had all the
Power
attention.
shift?
Everyone's been saying Man City are going to walk away with the league, and this year has been the first year in a very, very long time that Man City are vulnerable. They're not favourites to win the league comfortably. Before they used to be 60% favourites, 70% favourites, but now is a situation where if you lose one game and then you've got 9 games left, you're out of the title race. I've never seen this before, and
Yeah, I don't buy that. I don't think they lose a game. They're out of the title race. Same with Liverpool. If we drop points or we lose a game in the next, 1 or 2 games, that United game, I just do not want to fucking lose that United game or draw. I want to win. I want to win against United. I'm saying it right now. I want to win against United. Fuck those Red Devil mank pricks. Must win against United. But if we drop against Brighton or Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, which we're playing them both at home, then we should be okay. Going into that United game on 6 points, City, Arsenal have to play. Let's say that's a draw. We go ahead. Then they have their respective matches thereafter. So it could swing in our favour. But then the pressure goes on Liverpool. And then Arsenal have it all to do. City have it all to do. If the shit could fucking swing either which way. That's the tricky part. That's the exciting part of this title race. Excuse me. That's the exciting part of this title race. But this power shift, I mean, is it really a power shift? Pep is still there. If you want to talk about a power shift, I'd grant you that Klopp leaving will probably take Liverpool down, a peg or two, and then Arsenal will naturally overtake because there's no one else close to Man City at the moment, but Arsenal, if not Liverpool. So I mean, Spurs maybe. If Ange picks up a couple more players and they build themselves a decent squad, there's a maybe in that. Villa will, I don't know. Is Emery going to do a madness? Are they going to sign more players? Are players going to be sold to other clubs? We shall see. Same goes for United as well. If Ten Hag stays, does he sign better players? Is there a new change going to be made? Is there going to be a new manager? That could fucking change things up a little bit as well. I mean, who the fuck knows? New manager comes in for Liverpool, be it Alonso or Amorim, whoever the fuck it is, and then we end up, winning the league again. But who the fuck knows? And then they'll say, oh, is Klopp really that good? Because new manager coming, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but Klopp laid the foundations for the next manager and this and that and blah, blah. Anyways, let me finish this.
And I've never seen Man City fans this rattled, this nervous going to a game, knowing that if Arsenal beat them, they're for some reason out of the title race. That's for me. That's a defeat mentality.
I know you've been like the banter club for the last decade, but you're a good football team, bro. And so are Liverpool.
I trust my team. I know that we're
why are you so
going to be in the title race.
When we say if we lose, we'll be out of the title race.
No,
Yeah, but
no.
LB, that's just not true though, because there's 9 games left, LB. Why you act like the season ends after the game?
No.
Yeah, that's a madness for me. Like, there's 9 games left. I don't know where LB and Nobbins get this notion that they lose to Arsenal, it's game over. I mean, unless they actually do think Arteta and Arsenal are going to go on this run and just, bang, 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 W after W after W. And Liverpool will just, even if we get all our W's, the goal difference will probably, work in their favour more than ours, unless we score 4s and 5s and Arsenal win by only a goal here and there. Anything can happen. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but I'm going to leave it here for this video. Link posted down below, of course, if you want to watch the rest of that exchange. I just thought it was interesting to see the different dynamic now with Arsenal fans. In particular, Dawood in this instance here, TJ didn't really interact as much, but there was more in the stream itself, saying like, I'm so confident we're going to go in there. But at the same time, I still think City losing this game is not the end all be all, but then LB countering saying, okay, well, if you're going to beat us, who are your closest challengers next to Liverpool, and then we still end up winning the league, what does that say about your club? What does that say about your manager? What does it say about your players? The fans are going to have an implosion. Anything can happen yet. Liverpool to beat Brighton, and I think City will edge Arsenal for some reason. I just think City are just going to have a little bit too much for Arsenal in this game here. And then we go again next week or a couple of days later, whenever the next matches is. I don't even know. International breaks can fuck off. I hate international breaks. It'll be interesting. Definitely interesting. So Liverpool to beat Brighton, City to edge it past Arsenal, and then we'll come back in a couple of days' time and see what people are saying. You let me know your thoughts down below. See you later.
End the stream, Dave! End the stream! End it, blood! End it